wrestling fans, thanks for clicking the dreaded E-Rose Report. I hope you had a good weekend. I did. Good and hot. You know, I mentioned last week my prediction for WrestleMania 28, a match between Vince and Triple H. Well, I had a few responses on that, and they don't think Vince can cut it anymore. But, tell you what about having a Vince going back after his company and let him take on Linda McMahon? More the same, about the same age, I guess. Wonder if he could beat her. Or he could take on Stephanie, which he did one other time, and you know, that was kind of disturbing, wasn't it? Alright. TNA has announced Sting. Kurt Angle is going to be signing a contract for the World Heavyweight Championship match at Hardcore Justice on this week's episode of Impact Wrestling. Plus 3 Bound for Glory matches are scheduled. It's going to be Samoa Joe taking on Pope D'Angelo De Niro, AJ Styles taking on Devon, Scott Steiner and Gunner taking on Rob Van Dam and Crimson, the red-headed big monster. TNA Wrestling has announced live events for Friday, September 23rd, Springfield, Illinois, and Saturday, September 24th, up in Hammond, Indiana. Check out the other information online. Alright, TMZ reports that WWE, I mentioned this last week, WWE is taking seriously security measures to keep performer Maryse safe after she's received a series of disturbing emails from an obsessed fan. Company officials have added additional security personnel to recent events and plan to keep the extra protection in place for as long as they feel that there is a legitimate threat. WWE's also taken additional security measures, but are being tight-lipped in order to make sure they are effective. If I ever see Maryse, the only thing you got to be afraid of, Maryse, is my pork sword. That's all. MVP now competes overseas, you know, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, after parting ways with World Wrestling Entertainment back in December. He was asked on Twitter about joining TNA, should he get homesick. Anyway, after taking a parent shot at the Nashville-based organization, he responds, "I could never get that homesick." Bad boy, bad boy. Anyway, shortly after resurfacing online in May to pay tribute to the late Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior launched a hate-filled attack on YouTube against his longtime nemesis, Hulk Hogan, claiming that the wrestling icon is a cocaine-abusing dopehead that tried to get him to have sex with his wife. Well, how much punishment can one person take? Anyway, the TNA Wrestling superstar responded that he would file a lawsuit against the Warrior for spewing sewage after a video company is attempting to get the Matt Legends to settle their differences face-to-face. The Wrestling Observer reports that highspots.com has offered the Ultimate Warrior and Hogan $100,000 apiece to participate in a face-to-face interview that would be released later on video. It has not been disclosed whether either individual has responded to the offer. I would suspect $100,000, they're going to get some response, I would think. And I think the last thing Hogan said was talking about Ultimate Warrior in his early days before the wrestler, doing a little bit of selling himself. Don't know. Anyway, word is that The Miz and Alberto Del Rio is going to be in a Canadian street fight being advertised for WWE live event September 10th in London, Ontario. It's been changed though. The Miz taking on Kofi Kingston. DUI charges against the former WWE announcer. Remember Mike Adamle there just for a flash? Anyway, they were dropped this past Friday in Illinois. Adamle was arrested January of this year after his breathalyzer test showed that he was well under the legal limit to be driving. As noted last week, Adamle recently promoted a full-time sports anchor at NBC affiliate in Chicago, which, why wouldn't they drop the charges if he was under the legal limit? Just don't make sense. Alright, Smashing Pumpkins leader Billy Corgan, who is no stranger to the wrestling business, is going to be starting his own independent wrestling group called Resistance Pro. Corgan is the creative director and is going to be making an official announcement at the Wizard World Convention in Chicago later this month. I'll let you know more on that later this month. As noted before, WWE superstar The Miz was in New York City last week for the second annual Sirius XM Celebrity Fantasy Football Draft held at the Hard Rock Cafe in Times Square. The Miz is one of the draft GMs and participating opposite of sports, music, and entertainers like Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell, and Playboy Playmate Pillar Lustra, and New York Giants offensive lineman David Deal, and others. And as noted before, WWE has 6 different scripts for last week's Raw where CM Punk returned, and one planned for Triple H to lay out Punk. And the spot was where Triple H would have hit Punk with a pedigree was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and 4th scripts. Something dropped or something happened that he decided likely someone realized it was a bad idea, and the angle was edited out in the 5th script, and then the 6th and final script got into play. Just thought you'd let you know what you missed out on, but it's bound to happen sometime soon to somebody. WWE diva Caitlyn will be representing Team Gaspari Nutrition. I'm not sure what Gaspari Nutrition at the 2011 Olympic Fitness Expo in September. WWE Hall of Famer Steve Austin is doing interviews and a shoot for Cowboys and Indians magazine today at his ranch in Texas. Batista and Chavo Guerrero, they were spotted together this weekend at a Lowrider magazine show in Los Angeles. And as seen on Friday SmackDown, Jinder Mahal and the Great Khali appeared in suits and cut a promo in their native language. And according to reader Amish, Mahal was rambling about he is the star of WWE, India's biggest export, and SmackDown's biggest import. When Khali began chanting something, he was saying, Jinder Mahal for life, Jinder Mahal for life, Jinder Mahal for life. And if he does something wrong, he'll get life. Shawn Michaels and WWE.com writer Greg Tello are collaborating on an ebook entitled Diary of the Heartbreak Kid. It's scheduled for release this September. Further details of the book has not been disclosed, but when it is disclosed, I'll unclose it for you. However, if not disclosed, it's unclosed. Anyway. Referee Mike Chioda celebrates his 47th birthday. CM Punk's going to be appearing at J.D. Byrider's 38th Street in Indianapolis, Indiana today from 11:45 a.m. to 1 p.m., which is about 20 after 3 now, so anyway. 7-Eleven has issued 8 collectible Slurpees and Super Big Gulps cups featuring WWE legends and superstars. Got The Miz, Cena, Austin, The Rock are featured on Slurpee cups, while Michaels, Orton, Mysterio, and Roddy Piper featured on the Big Gulp. WWE, that's the first time I did that today. I usually do. Get nose hairs. WWE Tag Champions Otunga and McGillicuddy have been using a new theme song since CM Punk returned, and kind of just to distance themselves from the old Nexus bit. Let's see, Living Color wrote the following on Twitter after CM Punk brought them more success by using the Cult of Personality song. They wrote, says, love and luck to CM Punk, loyal fan base, glad to see new and old faces enjoying our music. Hope to meet you whenever you hit the road or the map. TMZ reports that WWE is talking seriously about the, they're worried about Maryse, as much as anybody else, because if crap like this gets started, I don't know what the deal is with obsessed fans like this, but they've got a problem, and who knows what it is, but hope she's going to be all right. Sin Cara, by the way, is being advertised to return to SmackDown Live event August 20th, Tacoma, Washington, so it sounds like to me that's going to be his first show back. So maybe they haven't got rid of him altogether, just out of the promo at the beginning of SmackDown. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I got to go.